You got the Southern Muse with Tanya, your host, here on New Earth International.
Hello and welcome, everybody. And yes, today is day one. If you join the I Am Feeling Good challenge, it's an 8-day challenge. You can go to thesouthernmuse.com. It is totally free. And what you will receive is a whole packet of how to actually infuse enthusiasm all throughout your nervous system, creating an energy field that will bring you to the part in your brain, your neuroprocesses of your brain, where you can actually experience on a daily basis, are you ready for it? Cognitive ecstasy. I mean, I just love the way that sounds. And the experience, you've had these experiences throughout your life. Everyone can relate to the light bulb moment, right? Well, what if you could be in control of how often and how long you remain in those light bulb moments and also stay grounded? I mean, I think a lot of free spirits are used to the light bulb moments. And then when they come back down, quote unquote, to earth, they're like, okay, how am I going to get that energy all the way down to the ground so that I can experience what I see in my imagination, right? So my guest today with me is my longtime friend, Cindy Ray. We have been doing personal growth together for over 20 years. And she and I have done certifications together. And we are the result of our own methodologies and practices, or disciplines, let's say, of free spirits. And what we want to share with you today is how you can take these ideas that we have and customize them for you. We're going to share a money blessing with you today so that if you have any energy around your money, we're going to explain a little bit about energies and how to move through them, how to flow through them today. So with that being said, let me introduce Cindy to you. So like I said, longtime friend, and she's been a parenting coach as well. She's worked in the prisons, helping people reconnect to who they really are instead of being stuck in their low opinions of themselves. So with that being said, Cindy, please share with us just a little bit about yourself and what you really love about personal growth.
Well, I am mother of 2 daughters, and through my divorce, found myself again. And what I love about this is that I really love myself again. Like these techniques that we're going to show you guys how to do, they work. You do them. I'm also a life coach as well, like Tanya. Like she said, we've been friends and co-workers for over 20 years doing this wonderful work. And back to you.
Awesome. Okay, good. So what we want to show tonight is cognitive ecstasy. Now, this you can listen to last week's show also and put the two together. And soon you'll have your own series of how to go from a thought of perhaps I can live happily ever after every day to actually doing it and living that life, okay? So what we're going to talk about right now, when we talk about cognitive ecstasy, there it is on the board, we're talking about a state in your brain when there's endorphins moving through it, when there's energy of expectation, okay? The feeling when you first woke up, the first time you realized that Christmas morning was a thing, and like they have presents under the tree, and people that you love, you get those presents. Now, picked out those presents for you, all of that anticipation of a gift chosen just for you, right? And even if in your childhood you haven't had those personal experiences, I'm here to tell you that you can rekindle and reconnect to childhood wonder through the processes that we're going to share. And the first one that I want you to know is that right now, if you think of something that you want, okay, like Cindy's going to share with us how to take like a negative belief out and how to insert what you want, right? So let's talk about the first step, like when you say, okay, I'm going to be a best-selling author, or I am going to put my message all over the world, right? You have that thought. And then you start to move towards that thought, either by speaking about it, about sharing it with someone else. And usually what will happen right about the time that you have the courage to share it with someone else, what will happen is all these negative voices will get set off or triggered in your brain, okay? And if you didn't choose your friend wisely to share it with, they could also represent for you an outward projection of your belief you're not going to be able to get it done. All right? So if you can get past the illusions that keep showing back in your life, saying that it's not possible for you, like if you can see through those illusions, like don't trust your eyeballs at that moment, but trust your intuition and reclaim your intuition of what you know is possible, not what you see is possible, or not what other people see as possible. Like, you know, wouldn't you agree that that's like the freedom part? I mean, Cindy, what do you think about what I just said? Like that being the thing, if you could master getting through that hump. Tell me what you say about that.
Well, it's about having faith and having a new hope for like it can be different. And we're going to show you a couple of ways of how to do it differently, because that's what it's going to take. Doing the same thing over and over ain't working.
Yes.
So yeah, it's mostly about having faith that it can be different.
Yes, and faith is faith. Like, look, think about this definition of faith, all right? It is affirming that what you desire from your soul's being is real, and what you see is not real. So it's not easy to do. Faith is not necessarily an easy physical concept. It's an easy intellectual concept, and it's everyone can express it divinely. I mean, don't you? I mean, me and Cindy have talked about this before. It's easy to throw around the word faith. It's a whole different story when you're looking at your checking account and there's no money in it, and your soul is saying, "Don't believe that. Do not say I don't have any money in my checking account." Like, do not say it. Like, stop saying that. Because that isn't the truth. There is money in that account. You just can't see it. All right? And a less emotional way for you to understand how this is a real thing is that when you buy a brand new car, before you bought that car, you didn't see them. I mean, you might have seen one or two, but after you buy the car, you see them everywhere, right? Well, I want you to take a few moments and consider that perhaps your checking account is full of money. And because you emotionally attach to your belief that it isn't, that you're right, that you are poor, you know, or whatever you're emotionally attached to that you're right about, that's what your eyes are seeing. Your eyes aren't seeing the truth. Okay? And this, what Cindy's going to share with you, is a process that gets beyond your reticular activation system. Whenever you're going for something that is outside of your familiar zone, okay, your physical body, if it's never experienced being around a lot of wealth, never experienced being handling a lot of money, if it isn't used to, or if your ears aren't familiar with hearing, oh, you're wonderful, you're amazing, you are wealthy, yes, you can have anything you want and the money be there. If you haven't had that physical experience, then your body isn't going to easily accept a new thought, a new conscious thought that I am wealthy. And I am going to develop the discipline, the thoughts, the words, and the actions to line up with this new thought, okay? So the first step is understanding and journaling and noticing when you are starting to feel uncomfortable emotions around anything. We're talking about money specifically today, because usually that's the number one excuse people have for not living their dream. I can't. I don't have the money. I've got to work for a living. Well, if you're saying that, then you are affirming that. And so faith looks like, yes, I am. And each day it gets more and more. My eyes are beginning to see how. And I am going to take action as guided by my heart, not by my eyes. You know, so that's the first step. And what Cindy is about to go over is how to get, because when the fear comes up, you're affecting the reticular activation systems at the base of your skull, at the top of your spine. So you're going to want to work with the meridians around this part of your body in order to reprogram. And she's now going to talk you through a whole meditation. So get you some paper out, get yourself relaxed, and receive. And just by listening to her voice, a lot of the static in your own energy field is healed and released. Okay. So Cindy, do your thing, girl.
So, what do you think when you get a bill in the mail? Like your MasterCard comes in and it's $8,000. What's your first thought? Freak out. I don't have the money. I can't pay this. Or you get an unexpected medical bill, a car repair bill. Most people, their first thought is, I can't afford it. So whenever you have these thoughts of fear come up, this is a real easy thing to do. It just takes about a minute. And we're going to be working with the meridians that are, like Tanya said, right here and right here. Now with your left hand, you're going to repeat after me and do the tapping motion as I do it.
Okay.
I'm releasing, letting go that money is bad. I'm releasing, letting go that money is more powerful than me. I'm not worth money helping me. There's never enough money. And releasing, I can't afford it. I have to work at a job I hate and I still don't have enough money. All right. So with the right hand, the truth is, we're going to tap the truth in. The truth is, money is beautiful. Money supports me. Money is good. There's more than enough money, and I claim my abundant share now. I am the power. Money supports me. I am worth it. I have more than enough. I choose and allow what's right and timely for me, and the universe supplies the money. And then take a deep breath. Breathe it in. And you can find this video on YouTube. It's going a little too fast for you. Carol Tuttle has a series of the emotional freedom technique, the tapping, and you can help me. You can find that. It takes a minute. Just memorize or go over your fears. Tap the release, and then you're going to tap in the truth. And then see how you feel. Do that.
Awesome. Now, this is what I want you to know. Like Cindy, I love those, Cindy. Cindy, how did you come up with those I am statements?
Oh, I got those from Carol Tuttle.
So she actually has, so she has like a series of them, right?
Yeah.
That you can just choose to use, right? What I want you to notice, like if you want to amp this exercise up to the next level, and you want to make it very individualized for you. Like definitely you practice with those words, because like I could feel my body and my energy field as I was doing it relating to some of those statements more than others. And you know what I mean? Like I could feel my body like really, the one about money's there to support me, like that was like, what? That's like a new, because I feel like I'm always like trying to get money, like like it's not right where, in my physical field, it feels like I'm always having to go reach and get it. And when you said that one, Cindy, and I was tapping it in, I really had this new thought kind of hit my brain, like, oh, I could imagine that there's money all around me. And just as I would imagine I had to go get it, and that came true, the same thing will be true if I imagine it's right here in front of me. And I can reach out. I can look yeah, right? So because my past experience, and I don't know how many people can relate to this, hasn't been that money has been supportive of me. It's more my past physical experience has been the thought of money causes me stress, and so I would just quit. So the way to amp this exercise up is in your journaling. The I am technologies that I see work the best with the people I work with are the ones that we craft together with them. So I want you to listen to yourself. Like any arguments that's coming up in your head when I say, and Cindy says things such as, I have money at my fingertips. All my bills are paid way ahead of time. I have thousands of dollars in my savings account. If you say those things, or if you even hear those things, I want you, and you have a reaction, a pushback reaction, write that down. Because what is the most powerful for you individually is going to be for when you discover where you stop believing. Okay? It's the place where you stop focusing. It's the part where you believe more in what your eyes see than what your heart knows. Okay? So when you write those down in a journal, then you'll have, just like Cindy said, it's the left side, right, Cindy?
The left side is the releasing.
The release. So then I could take all those things I say, like money causes me stress, and I let that go, right? I can't trust myself with money. That's another one. That's huge for me. Like I get money in and I spend it too fast. That isn't true. Yeah, I blow my money.
And once I spend it, it's all gone and there's never going to be any more.
There you go, right? So you see how Cindy and I, both of our bodies kind of get more animated the more we make it personally to what we're hearing inside of our own brain. Don't believe the voices in your head. I know you've heard that said so many times. I hope this time, or I intend when you hear it this time, you really can hear the voice from your soul and know the difference between the neurological processor trying to tell you something from your past and the truth about who you are. Because who you are cannot be contained within a human brain. Okay? So today is your day of freedom if you choose to believe what your soul says and know that you really don't want to trust the first thing that comes up, especially around money, if you don't have any. I mean, if you're having trouble, don't believe what your brain is telling you about yourself, right? Just don't. So then the new ones, the I am statements, what I've discovered that has been the biggest shift in my money, actual bringing cash and hard, real cash, not imaginary one day when my message reaches millions of people. No, today. Like, I think that was the biggest thing. I kept thinking I wouldn't receive the money until after I had reached 1 million people. And so one of my biggest shifts I heard myself say that this week and in my journaling. And then I went, oh, wait, let me release that one. Let me release that I need to wait till my message gets to 1 million people before I can receive, right? And then what I would put in is I have money at my fingertips today. My bills are paid easily today, and insert the word now. Because just saying the word now slows you down enough in order for your neural synapses to decide to go down a different pathway. Okay? Because, slowing yourself down and paying attention and listening to yourself on any current spiritual discipline you have, if you feel the juice is kind of going out of it, like you've done it so much and you're not getting the same result that you did the first time you did the tapping. Like some of you might be saying, oh, I'm done tapping, and I'm, back to where I was. Well, what I want you to know, it isn't the tapping that's flatlined. It's your intention and attention on it. So to rejuvenate yourself with, I am going to listen to myself and I am going to infuse more of myself into my practice. Because that could be just that little bit of an energy boost, that little decision. You can claim I am not only a baby step away from my wealth, it's like it's right now. So Cindy, what do you have to say about stuff like what have you discovered that has amped up your disciplines?
Doing it differently. Like you said, you people, I've done the tap. It doesn't work anymore. It's because you've kind of gotten into a rut, and you form a rut by doing the same thing over and over again. So if you want to have a different result, do it differently.
Amen.
If you want, just try doing it differently. Like you said, with a different intention and a different purpose.
Right. And I'll tell you, Cindy and I both love this topic of conversation. And what we're going to do in the upcoming shows is that she and I, and also another one of our, we call ourselves the Southern Muses, okay? We are putting together, we're rewriting a home economics book. We're talking about home economics, for the modern woman. And one of the things we're going to do is talk about the lost art of setting up sacred spaces in your home. Well, I don't know if it's lost, but we have a way of doing things that we want to share with the world. And so we're going to be doing that in upcoming shows. So we want to hear from you. So you can email me at Tanya@the-Southern-Muse. You can, ask Cindy a question or myself a question, or even share with us things that you would like to know more about. Because we have, like I said, over 20 years together, 40 years combined experience of helping people make major life transformations. And we want to share that with you. So if you email us at Tanya@the-southernmuse.com, our Muse's website is going to be going up in the next month. However, the southernmuse.com is up. You can contact us and let us know what you want to know. So we can design our shows for what you're wanting to know more about. Okay? So Cindy, do you have anything to say? Anything you want to add to today's show?
Not really. Got a great answer.
But it's a real one. You know what I mean?
You put it so well. What can I say?
Oh, well. What can I say, right? Again, I want you to know that you can still join the I Am Feeling Good Challenge. Again, go to thesouthernmuse.com, click the link and join. And then also, remember, you can ask me and Cindy to answer any of your questions that you have about how to really, manifest the life of your dreams and to do it now. let's not wait anymore. It's time to do it like now, okay?
Yeah, don't wait.
Yeah, no wait. And just remember this. This is like the whole thing. Perspective before perception. The other world is this world rightly seen. And if you're hearing the sound of our voices, then you know that it is possible to bring heaven back to earth, and you're part of the team. So please reach out, contact us. Love to hear from you. And now you go forth and multiply who you are, because my love, who you are is divine. That's it. Thank you.